Hi, welcome to Reading with the Ranger. I'm Ranger Ken. I've been working in Santa Monica Mountains National Recreation Area for about 29 years now. And when I first started working out here, this place is called Satwiwa, I lived only about a block away, so literally this was my backyard. Now, during the first month of I was working out here, I was told to water these oak trees out here that were only about 1.5 feet high. They were planted by some students. I would carry 5-gallon buckets of water and water them about once a week. And so when I picked this book up, Who Will Plant a Tree?, it kind of reminded me of those early days. This was written by Jerry Pallotta and illustrated by Tom Leonard. Reading permission by Sleeping Bear Press. So let's get started. I wonder, who will plant a tree? Last fall, a squirrel buried an acorn. He didn't know it, but he planted an oak tree. Seed stuck to the messy fur of an apple-eating black bear. The bear tripped. A seed fell off, and he planted an apple tree. There's the seed right there, so small. A goose migrated with a chestnut burr stuck to her feathers. Miles away, the burr came off. She planted a chestnut tree. There's 3 right there. A dolphin pushed a coconut into ocean currents. The coconut floated to an island and a palm tree grew. Ants marched a pine nut down their tunnel. They didn't know it. They planted a pine tree. Can you find the tree? There's the seed and tree growing right over here. Cherry seeds got caught in the tail of a wild horse. She swished her tail. A seed fell and grew into a cherry tree. Can you find the seed here? There's her tail. And there went, whoosh, there went the seed. And you can see some small trees growing. A beaver used his sharp teeth to chop down a maple tree. Crash! Maple trees were planted all along the riverbank. Playful monkeys threw figs at each other. They planted fig trees. Stop it! Don't throw food. I hope none of you throw food. That's a waste. A moose got a pear tree branch stuck in its antlers. It walked and walked. As pears fell off, trees were planted. There's the pear branch stuck in the moose's antlers. An owl swallowed a mouse that had been eating elm tree seeds. Later, the owl coughed up an owl pellet, and an elm tree grew. I don't know if some of you know it, but owls, they don't poop any solid things that they eat. Anything solid that comes out of the owl comes out of its mouth. So when it eats something, it poops out liquid and coughs out a pellet. And sometimes in these pellets, if you find them, you'll find bones of animals, such as mice and rats. In the Amazon River, a pacu ate floating fruit. It pooped seeds. Trees were planted all over the rainforest. And there it goes, right there. A camel chewed some dates and then spit the seeds out. It wasn't long before a seed grew into a date palm tree. A wren flies to her nest with a juniper berry in her beak. Oops! The tasty berry fell. The wren planted a juniper tree. Well, the poor birds aren't going to have any juniper berries right now. A teacher taught her students all about trees. They went on a field trip and planted trees. What fun! Okay, and the last page is my favorite. Wait a second! Did an elephant plant a tree? What did it leave behind? Can you find it? And there's the tree right there. Now, do you remember the oak trees that I helped water 29 years ago? They're only about this high. Now, trees grow, of course, and look at how big this tree has grown over 29 years. This is one that I watered by buckets 29 years ago. And now it's home for a variety of different wildlife. I see lizards crawling on it, snakes live under it, birds make its nest inside, and a variety of wildlife come to eat its acorns. So maybe you already have, or maybe you will plant a tree, and you can watch it grow just like I've watched this tree grow. Thank you for joining us on Reading with the Ranger.